And welcome back to Politics Unplugged. This past week, 59 people killed, more than 500 injured in Las Vegas by a man who opened fire on an outdoor concert, a man who had a cache of weapons he used to rain bullets down from a hotel across the street from the concert, a man intent on killing as many people as possible. And joining us now is security expert Steve Adelman to talk about what lessons we can and cannot learn from these types of tragedies. And I just kind of want to start with you and, just what's the take-home message here? We've talked a little bit before the show. There's really not a lot of lessons to be drawn from this.
Well, that's right. There are very few lessons to be drawn from this one. So the question that I get asked a lot is, will I or the people I love be safe when they go to a show this weekend or next month? And the answer to that is yes. Sunday night didn't change whether you're safe going to events, because Sunday night, the shooter didn't actually go to the Route 91 festival at all. He never tried to penetrate the security perimeter. The security there was excellent, but besides that, nothing the shooter did implicated festival security. So the first issue, are you safe going to a show? Yes, you are. Sunday night didn't change that at all. Next, people ask, well, am I safe going to a hotel? Because the shooter had an arsenal up on the 32nd story of Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. To which my answer is, well, let's look. Let's look and see what Mandalay Bay had. And what they had was an extraordinary number of professionally trained people who know what to look for, and they're looking for behavior that doesn't fit the context, people carrying things that don't make sense in the lobby or on the casino floor. And these are people who have enormous amounts of experience looking at everyone, because it's a major hotel on the Las Vegas Strip.
I mean, that's kind of the frustrating part, is you look at this and we tend to always want to assign blame. Somebody screwed up here, or somebody should have done something there. And from all intents and purposes now, from what we know, nobody really screwed up. This guy just went ahead and carried out this heinous act.
That's right. So the usual blame game doesn't work with Sunday night. The festival security was great. The hotel security was well above standard. It's the Las Vegas Strip. They do it better than anyone else. So when looking to assign blame, we naturally have to go to the shooter, the man on the 32nd story who had a 1,700 square foot suite with windows facing in 2 directions and AR-15s, scopes, and tripods ready to go.
Just let me ask you too, because this is getting into a little of the political thicket here. When we start talking about the attack and how we carried this out, a lot of attention have been given to the bump stocks out there. Now, these are devices that are used to make a semi-automatic rifle actually act like a fully automatic rifle. In your experience, as a security expert, could he have carried out the amount of damage, amount of carnage that he did, had he not been able to purchase something like this?
I'm not a weapons expert, but we now know what a bump stock does. So as of this week, there's a new term in people's vocabulary, bump stock. I suspect most people never heard of it before this week.
Including certain politicians who are now talking about, putting regulations or banning them.
Right. And so the answer to your question, to the extent that I know, is a bump stock allows more bullets to be fired faster. And so the answer is, absent the shooter having a bump stock, he would have needed more time to fire the same number of bullets. That's just simple math.
Yeah, and the other interesting part to this whole thing too is this is such a different type of shooting. It's not, usually you hear some arguments from the pro-gun side saying something to the effect like, you stop a bad guy with a gun with a good guy with a gun. Well, that wouldn't have mattered in this situation. And consequently, on the the side that would like to see more gun control, they want background checks, these types of things. And by any appearance at this point, there were no red flags raised by the shooter. He would have passed any type of background check that is out there. Is there anything else that we should be learning moving forward on this?
Well, my question is, what turns a guy into a shooter? And the answer is guns and ammunition. So if you're looking for something that can change, and you can't change the event security and make it reduce the amount of carnage, and you can't change the hotel security and make it reduce the amount of carnage, you can change the availability of weapons and ammunition, because that would have reduced the amount of carnage.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for stopping by here. That is all the time. We're going to have to take a quick break here right now, but we do have more to